There we go. We have some audio now. We have some audio. That's cool. That's cool. I said a bunch of important shit, just pretend. That was like beautifully well said and executed. So just go with that, alright? We have some cool stuff tonight. I've had a lot of technical difficulties tonight. A lot. And as soon as I think I fixed it all, the sound, the mic. What is up, Light 95? Eli, David Chase, Ashley Gandera, Johnny Takasawa. What's up? Hopefully I said that right. Space Dude, Little Doodler, Alligator Gar. The trollage has begun. Lila. How's it going, guys? Got some beer. Had some amazing dinner. I'm ready to fucking react to some scary ass fucking things, you know? We do have a brand new Nuke Stop 5, like I said, and then I also want to show you guys, for those who haven't seen it, the story of Portlock in Alaska. Fort Chatham, a.k.a. One of the creepiest Bigfoot-related stories. And it is Mr. Ballin. For those who watch Mr. Ballin, you know you've already seen it. And I know I said I don't really like showing Mr. Ballin. I think this one fits because it's so creepy and there's some visuals in it. I think this one would fit, and it's not that long. What's up, Gerard? How's your guys' week so far? Hopefully it's been good. We're almost to the weekend. It's exciting. I gotta trim my fucking mustache. It's getting a little overgrown. Looks like I'm homeless. Oh well. What's up, Lonely Dragon Lover? Brandon Nunez. How goes it? You know? We'll start in about 3 minutes. 3 to 4 minutes. 4 to 5 minutes. 5 to 10 minutes. 10 to 20 minutes. What's that say? You're watching SCP and got a notification saying I'm live? I assume you meant live. What's up, Nubs? How's it going? Welcome to the stream. For those who are just joining, we are just waiting a couple more minutes, and then we will start with the video reaction period of the stream. We will then move on and show the Port Chatham / Portlock creepy video that I wanted to show you guys, which, for those who haven't seen it or don't know what that's about, you will like it. If you like Bigfoots or cryptids, you'll like it. Alright, North Texan Squid. Sounds good. Appreciate that. What's up, Doomers? Lila, I feel you. I am already planning a big time video for the Halloween stream. So for those that don't know, every year we do a big live stream on Halloween where I have tons of stuff planned, like tons of videos, tons of cool shit. I have a video that is literally taking more editing than I've ever worked on. It's actually quite daunting because it's so much video that it's hard for my computer to like hold all the stuff on it, and I'm not even like halfway done editing it or shooting it. So I'm excited for that. I know it's a long ways away, but by Halloween I should have it done, or I will have it done by Halloween, and it's gonna be awesome. So I'm excited for that. Halloween's the best holiday, hands down. It's the best time of year. October is arguably the best month of the year. It's like the best weather typically. It's not fucking hot. It's not cold. It's just right there, perfect where it should be. You know, the Halloween. I fuck with Halloween colors. I think they're dope. And football's on. I mean, it's all in one package. I fucking love Halloween. It's 10 times better than Christmas. It's 10 times better than 4th of July. It's perfect. September is the second best month. Okay. Ashley Rose, what's up? You like November? November is okay. November starts to get a little fucking too cold. Like, you get into that period where you're used to it being warm out, so then when it gets to like 30 degrees, it's freezing as fuck. It feels like negative 20. I don't know. November and plus or snow, I don't really fuck with November that much. Oh, no worries, Space Dude, no worries. September is the month I was born. College football, which is like, college football is like a fucking precious gem to me. I hate missing a weekend of college football. It's the only thing the entire year I look forward to for 12 weeks. And so September is the start of that. It comes back after not having it for a year. So yeah, I'm a big fan of that. Ashley, like October 2, it's the best month, no doubt. It's the fucking best month. I mean, Halloween is just, there's nothing like it. I wish I could go fucking trick-or-treating again. I mean, not really, but kind of. I don't know. I don't eat candy. I don't like candy, so maybe for like beer. Like if you would hand out beer, like if there was an adult, version of Halloween where we go and they give us like, some chasers, some shots, some whatever, and you just go door to door and get drunk. That would actually be kind of fucking awesome. Every door you knock on and you just get some alcohol and you have to drink it, and then you move to the next fucking house or wherever it is. That'd be dope. Alright, we're gonna go into the video. I've been talking for way too fucking long. The brand new Nuke's Top 5 video. Load it up here. I did get headphones last weekend, but honestly, I can't hear myself talk when I have them on, but if it becomes ever a problem, I do have backup headphones that I can use.
Top 5 ghosts.
Hold on. I know you can't say. I know. YouTube is being a stupid cunt. All right, here we go.
Lighthouse Keeper.
What's up, Texas
If you're one
Panhandle?
of the very few people who have never watched BuzzFeed Unsolved on YouTube, the series can basically be summarized like this. It's sort of a ghost
Also, what's up, Brian, Sue, and Shabby? Shout out.
hunting show, but not a typical one. The show has two hosts, Ryan and Shane. Now, Shane is a diehard skeptic of the paranormal.
Anytime there's like any chance of sort of any kind of mechanical failure or just doors in general, people are always like, well, the door opened, so that's ghost. I don't want to argue with you on this. If you find it compelling, I'm happy for you.
I do find it compelling. And
great.
I'm happy for me too.
Good.
And then there's Ryan, who is the polar opposite, and might even be just a bit too scared of the supernatural.
Do not be afraid. Do not be afraid. It's an automatic light.
In each episode, the two hosts visit allegedly haunted places and investigate to search for real paranormal evidence.
This week on BuzzFeed Unsolved, we investigate St. Augustine Lighthouse as part of our ongoing investigation into the question, are ghosts real?
No.
In this episode, they are investigating the notoriously
What's up,
haunted
Chris
St.
Maki? How you
Augustine
doing? How you
Lighthouse in Florida. The lighthouse was completed in 1874 and has seen its fair share of tragedy over the nearly 200 years that it has been guiding sailors home from the sea. BuzzFeed Unsolved hosts Ryan and Shane begin their investigation at the historic Lightkeeper's house, which is right beside the lighthouse. People say that they have heard the endless and painful coughing of the spirit of a man named William Harn. He was the very first keeper of the lighthouse back in the 1800s. Harn tragically passed away inside the house of malaria and the lung disease tuberculosis. When they try to reach out to the spirit of William, the two friends capture something truly bizarre.
All right, we're gonna give you some silence here, William. If there's anything you'd like to say to us, maybe a message you wish you could have communicated before you left Earth. I'm gonna sit on one of these little tiny chairs and make me look like you. Gonna give you some silence right now.
Ryan and Shane captured the unexplained sound of someone coughing, just like guests claim to have heard in the past. Could this be the spirit of William, who died of tuberculosis? Next, Ryan and Shane finally enter the actual lighthouse, which is said to be a hotbed of paranormal activity.
The best ghost evidence of all time, in my opinion, or at least some of it, has been caught right here in this little rotunda. I mean, they caught an apparition full out, just peeking over the railing.
It is said that paranormal investigators always have an experience in the lighthouse when they are alone. So to test this theory, both Ryan and Shane will be locked inside separately to investigate. Shane heads in first for his solo investigation, but he doesn't really experience much.
All right, so I'm going in there, I'm going to the top,
Yeah.
and I'm coming back down.
Yeah, that's what you do in a staircase, yeah.
Sounds good. This is high time for a ghoul to come out and spook me. So far, no ghouls. This is allegedly the site of a lot of FBAs, or full-bodied apparitions. I feel nothing. I really don't. I don't get any vibes. I haven't felt anything strange all night. All right, see you later, dudes.
Next, it's Ryan's turn. And now, before we proceed, it should be noted here that during the building of the lighthouse, a young girl named Eliza tragically lost her life while playing at the construction site. Visitors have reported seeing a young girl in a red dress inside the lighthouse who just faded away into thin air right before their eyes.
Everyone who's gone in there has seen something, for the most part, if they've gone by themselves. You know what? I'm eager to add my name to that roster.
Bye.
That would be,
Oh,
that'd be creepy.
Is there anybody in here with me right now? My name is Ryan. What? Can you say my name back to me? Oh my god, I just heard Eliza. Oh my god. Eliza? Why do you sound like that? Oh my god, I'm panicking. Here's me. I do hear you. Oh my god, I just heard hear me. I got the chills. Why am I leaving? Is that what you just say? Because I'm scared, that's why. Sayonara, you had your chance.
Turn off your radio.
I almost had a panic attack.
Did you? You are wet.
I said, who's up here? What's your name? And it just so clear, just Eliza.
Ryan is freaked out as he gets some very weird direct responses on his spirit box. One of the answers being Eliza, the name of the child that passed away at the lighthouse. Now, Shane, on the other hand, didn't capture anything and is completely unimpressed with the whole location. But after the video is uploaded to YouTube, many viewers pointed out that skeptical Shane might have actually caught the most compelling and absolutely chilling evidence of all.
Okay.
This is high time for a ghoul to come out and spook me.
Oh, at the bottom of the
So
staircase.
far, no ghouls.
Did you see it? Watch again.
This is high time for a ghoul to come out and spook me. So far, no ghouls.
A dark figure of a man can be seen standing at the bottom of the lighthouse. When the footage is brightened, the man has no distinguishable features and looks more like a black mass than a person. Now, Shane was completely alone inside the lighthouse when he filmed. So just who or what is this? Could it be the ghost of one of the many deceased keepers who are said to haunt the...
That would be so fucking cool. I hope I see something like this when I go to Velisca Expert House. By the way, I will be downloading that app you guys keep telling me to that you want you to buy that uses that fucking thing he's using basically, that so the spirits can communicate with you. I will be fucking getting that app.
The lighthouse? You decide.
All right, see you later, dudes.
The final...
North Texan Squid said it pretty right on the head. It wasn't scary. I was just entertained by that. I was kind of expecting something more. I was kind of enthralled. I think that's a word, enthralled. In terms of creepiness, I think I agree with North Texan Squid. I think 5 out of 10 is what I would give it. It's just, it wasn't scary in the slightest. I was hoping something would happen there, but it didn't. Not really, anyways. But yeah, I'll be getting the Spirit Box app, which I've heard, all you guys have said, and the app reviews are good. It says it's legit. It works perfect. So I will be getting that. Let's see. Let's see what the scores you guys give. Dragon Lover with a 4 out of 10. 6 for Eli. A 6.9 for Ashley Gandera. A 6 for Doomers. A 5 for Gerard and David Chase. A 4 for Texas Panhandle. A 2 for Evolution. A 5 for Lila. Okay. We're kind of all over the board on that one. A 6 for Brian and Sue. A 4.7 for Nubs. A 4 for Johnny. Don't forget to take your combat probe deal. I definitely will, because that combat stick, not probe, has a very powerful flashlight on it. Like, I'm not joking when I say I could light up a motherfucker from a distance. Like 100 yards, easy. I could light someone up. I forgot how many lumens it has. 44,000 or some shit. Like, I don't know. I can't remember. It's some crazy high. That might be thinking my taser. It might be 44,000 volts. I don't know. The lumens is hot, crazy high on that. But it's a combat stick. It's meant to fucking blind you if you shine it in someone's eyes. It's not just like a regular flashlight. It's meant to literally fucking blind you if you stare at the light. So, I will be bringing that for sure. Let's continue on to clip number 4.
Night. Alexander Labuzov from Russia says that he's been living in the same apartment for over 3 years, when suddenly and inexplicably, strange paranormal things began to happen around his home. Loud, unexplained noises would wake him up in the middle of the night. Things around the house would move on their own, and scariest of all, one night when he was in bed, sound asleep, someone or something suddenly grabbed onto his wrist, squeezing hard. He jerked his arm away and lurched out of bed, searching his room. But there was no one there. He says that the paranormal activity in his apartment just increased.
Wait, what even is a combat laser? That sounds fucking awesome, whatever it is. I want a combat laser. Like, can I burn shit with it? Like, cut holes in walls? That would be cool. I would like a combat laser.
Over time, until eventually, he decided to just move out. So Alex is set to move out of his apartment the next day. But he decides to try to record the strange supernatural activity one last time. This video was meant to be Alex's last night in his apartment. First, he sits in front of his camera and explains what's been going on in his apartment. As he's talking, he hears something strange.
Я сразу же вскочил, включил свет. Это не может не напугать.
They're like Swiss Army knives. I think all knives are cool. I don't have like a particular favorite. I was gonna say it did kind of look like Brad Pitt. I can see that. Oh, it's a green laser. Oh, yeah, I was gonna say, yeah, you can also shine in the sky, like it's illegal as fuck, but... Yeah, that's what I was thinking of.
Просто знакомый звук. Изредка я услышал, ну, похож.
Something moves somewhere in the apartment, and Alex believes it might have been the kitchen cabinet door. He decides to set up his camera in his bedroom and leaves for 2 hours to meet up with a friend.
Алло? Да, сейчас приеду, ага. Давай.
Alex turns off the light and leaves, but what happens while he's gone is truly bizarre.
The door's gonna close? Oh my god. That's scary. Yeah, so far, this screams fake. I mean, this is so easy to fake. He conveniently leaves his camera on while he leaves. Okay. What kind of psychopath has a chair like this with no backrest? Bro. He probably sits on this end right here, knowing him, you know? It's like if Brad Pitt and PewDiePie had a baby. He grew up.
Alex returns home and just goes to bed. The next day, he discovers that his landlord is unavailable to pick up his apartment keys. And after reviewing his footage, Alex is unsatisfied with the potato-quality video he has recorded in his dark apartment. So, he decides to stay one more night, this time leaving the camera recording, but with the lights on. Just like the night before, he again leaves to meet up with a friend. The camera captures something downright creepy.
Okay. That's a weird-ass bed, dude. Whoa. Whoa. Not the chair. God, this interior of this room is fucking disgusting. How could you sit in here? Okay, at first I thought that was legs, and I was about to be creeped out. That had my heart stop for a second. Come on, there has to be something. Imagine having a bedroom door with like a glass window on it. You can't even have a wank in peace. A pink bed, a pink walls, gross hardwood floor. I didn't hear anything. Right now, the ghost just being an asshole.
Alex is shocked when he comes home as he discovers that his camera has somehow flipped upside down.
Okay, the way that camera moved was a bit creepy, because it didn't look like it was getting pulled. There was no, like, vibration on it. It looked like someone's hand was literally on it, and the way it was moving was erratic. That was actually kind of creepy, how that camera was moving, I'm not gonna lie.
All on its own. He grabs the camera and begins to film his thoughts on the strange situation. What happens next is absolutely terrifying.
Okay.
Я смотрю, у нас сегодня рыбный день.
Охереть вообще.
Что там осталось?
The scissors gonna fly off.
Слушай, ну вообще жесть. Ну что могу сказать?
He's gonna be behind him in the doorway.
Это был последний день, поэтому мы уже...
Whoa, what the fuck is that?
О,
What even was that?
до усрачки.
That gave me chills. That gave me chills.
Это можно вообще...
It was like a half person. Like
О, блядь.
there was feet, maybe, and a torso, but no head and shoulders and arms. I need to see it again.
Так.
A pair of legs can be seen standing right behind Alex in the doorway. The legs
it's a
appear to
pair of
have no
legs.
torso and disappear before Alex can even turn around. So, did Alex capture proof of the paranormal in his apartment? Or is it illusion? I leave it up to you.
The only thing that's weird about this to me is it doesn't look like the pants are filled in almost. It looks like they're just almost hanging there, possibly. It's hard to tell. When he shakes the camera like that, you can easily fake that by editing so that when the camera is in his arm or at the floor, you just cut that out, and then you take another video starting at the floor and then shaking and then pulling back up, and it looks like it's one continuous shot because you're shaking, and it's harder to tell a cut when you're shaking the camera. And so the next cut, obviously, these aren't there, and that could explain that. That would be how I would explain how that could be fake. At first, I just thought it was a figure, like an apparition. Now that I just see his jeans and a pair of shoes, it's less creepy. It's still creepy nonetheless, but it's less creepy than it would have been if it was like an actual shadow-looking thing.
To decide. Viewer video.
I would say that one for me. I have to give that a 6.8 because the ending was a little bit unexpected. 6.8. It would have been like a solid 8 if it would have been more of a believable figure. But yeah, that's what I give it. 8.1 for Ashley Gandera. A 6 Gerard Jones. A 4 for Lila. 3 for Texas Panhandle. Everyone's gangster until the slacks gain sentience. This ghost wanted to scare the pants on him. That's a good one. 9.6 for Ashley Gandera. I must have read 2 scores. 3 for Space Dude, 6 for Johnny, 4 for Doomers. We got a 3 for Brian and Sue. A negative 67 for Eli, okay. It's honestly, well, that's not possible, Eli. 2 for David. The whole beginning of it was I wasn't impressed with. Like, I'm just not impressed, ever. Not saying it's not real, or it would be scary if I saw it with my own eyes. If I saw it with my own eyes, different fucking story. But videos where cabinet doors are opening, things flying off, chairs moving, that is not creepy in the slightest. Like I said, if it's happening to you in person, different story. But on video, I've seen it a billion times, and more than half of those are fake. So it's hard to, care about it.
Ethan Budzinski was on a family vacation in the Pocono Mountains of Pennsylvania when strange things began to happen in his rented Airbnb home. Late one night, Ethan and his family hear the sound of a baby crying from somewhere in the house. Now, Ethan's 2 young nephews are asleep in bed upstairs, so he immediately runs up to check on them, only to find that they are both quietly asleep in bed. This occurs several times. Ethan hears crying, then goes upstairs to find the children quietly asleep. So the next time Ethan hears the crying, he pulls out his phone and starts recording.
Did you hear it too?
Yeah.
Yeah. I just went up there and he was sound asleep.
Okay, that's what I heard.
Did that baby get a full-size bed? Imagine the baby is just like sleeping there like this, and its head snaps around, and it's just staring at you, his eyes wide the fuck open. I'd grab the nearest table and throw it at that baby and fucking run.
The eerie sound of a child crying can indeed be heard coming from somewhere upstairs.
Not you.
Both Ethan and a family member hear the sound, but when he heads upstairs to check, just like before, the children are fast asleep and not making a sound.
I don't know why.
So just where is this strange, unexplained crying
coming? Like, 100% on the other side of that kid's face, his eyes are wide open and they're black, and and he's got like white pupils, and he's like looking over his shoulder.
Coming from.
Thank you, Eric. I appreciate that.
Let me know what you think
very much.
Down in the comments
We'll do a
British
screen
New
reveal
Stop By viewer who wishes to remain anonymous, we'll call her Jen, says that she had a chilling experience that wasn't paranormal, but was terrifying nonetheless. And as I've personally always said on this channel, real people can be much scarier than anything supernatural. So late one night around midnight, Jen starts receiving messages from a guy on Facebook. At first, she plays along, but the messages from the stranger just get creepier and creepier. I'll correct some of the typos and slang and save you from listening to me doing a terrible British accent, but what you see on screen are the actual messages. So, at one point, the guy suddenly writes, "Well, since you're up, can I come and meet you then?" "Yes, I am mental. I'm on my way down to your house. I'll ring when I'm outside." Thinking he's joking, Jen laughs it off, writing back, "You don't even know where I live." And then the guy starts trying to creepily call her on Facebook, because it turns out that he does actually know exactly where she lives. He types, "You live next to my granny's house on the corner." Then he continues to call her, and things go from bad to worse, because he actually shows up right in front of her house. "Don't make me knock, please," he messages. "I'm outside the center window right now." Jen is now understandably completely freaked out. She tells the guy that she is not coming out under any circumstances, but he won't take no for an answer. "Is that your window at the front? How do I get in your back garden?" Jen replies, "You don't," and ends the conversation. But it did not end there. Jen says the disturbed young man stood in front of her house for almost 2 hours. He eventually left after her family members went outside and told him to leave or they would call the police. So I guess the takeaway is either be careful of who you talk to online, or simply Facebook sucks.
Facebook does suck. I mean,
Susan's court.
in terms of like spooky, I think Stalker stories and like where they get into your house and stuff is creepy, but he never got in the house, so it's not that creepy. I give that like a 4.2 out of 10. Do you have a good flashlight, Dill? I have my combat stick, which is a good flashlight. The only thing I'm looking for now is I don't know what it's called. It's the thing that goes in your camera, like this. It's a thing that I can put. It's like in a frame, and it has a camera or a flashlight on, or like a big flashlight you flip on, and it like you hold the thing like this, like with each hand, on the camera. That's what I'm looking for. If anyone knows what that's called, let me know. But I don't have a flashlight that's like wide. The combat stick is like a beam. I don't have like a wide angle flashlight, if you want to call it that. A 4 for Texas Panhandle, a 6 for Lila, a 4 for North Texan Squid, a 3 for David Chase, a 5 for Evolution. Yeah, carry a gun. Yeah, I mean, it's a good idea to have firearms. Like with me, I'm fine because, I'm just look at me. But also, I have Tess, and Tess will attack an intruder. She's already done it in like the last year alone. I had someone break into my apartment, and she confronted him first and started hissing at him. She was ready to fight him. Like, dead. That's actually not a lie. That's true. She was hissing at him, and her tail got all floofy, and she did not know who this guy was, and she could tell I was angry. As soon as she could tell I was angry, she started hissing. Tess is a little beast. A 2.5 for Johnny, a 4.8 for Trollage. A powerful compact flashlight. That'd be dope. I mean, you can never have too many flashlights. Technically, I do need a second one because my buddy needs one as well. I'm going with two. Me and my buddy are going to go. And I haven't decided yet if this is going to come out before Halloween or on Halloween. Like, this might be a Halloween special included with the live stream. Like, it's not going to be a part of the live stream, but it might come out the same day or the day before or day after. So just keep that in mind. It's gonna be awesome. Those noodle arms are terrible. I don't have noodle arms, bro. Like, look at this shit. These are fucking pythons, baby. You know how much muscles compacted into this arm? Time to jerry-rig a contraption, pit a PVC pipe, duct tape, and some flashlights for the camera deal. They legit have, like, nice, like, and they can't be that expensive. But I'm gonna get one where it's like the attachment for you put your camera in it, and it screws down on the bottom, I think. And it also helps, like, if you get the good one, it helps with, like, it has the gyro rotation or whatever you call it, so that the camera's not so bouncy and shit, so when you move it around, it's more smooth. We'll see what I end up getting. I don't know how much those cost.
Portside Cafe in Kissimmee, Florida was originally built in 1912, and over most of the last 100 years, the building was actually a small home for many families and individuals. Locals believe that the building the cafe is in is haunted by the spirits of its former residents. Workers at the cafe say that they often hear unexplained noises while working late at night, and both the staff and visitors claim to have seen bizarre shadow figures throughout the restaurant. Nuke's Top 5 viewer Valerie Ann says that she went on a Halloween ghost tour in Kissimmee that stopped at the allegedly haunted Susan's Courtside Cafe, and it seems that the rumors of paranormal activity might be true. Valerie caught this strange footage.
Sorry.
And they said that they had closed.
I just saw something walk by.
They heard it open and then
Really?
shut.
Oh wow.
Did you see it? It's a little hard to make out, but a dark figure seems to quickly pass through the cafe dining room before just disappearing. Someone in the tour group mentions it, but Valerie Ann is shocked when she discovers that she actually caught the apparition on camera. She says that she has no idea who or what this mysterious figure could be. But what do you think? The home of the...
By the way, that's crazy. I'd give that like a 3.5. If you guys want to be in one of my Cryptid Top 5s, which I am gearing up to make another one, I cannot find the video that I want. Like, I can, but I can't. It's only on Nuke's channel. I don't want to fucking rep his... I don't want his giant logo over the screen. But anyways, I am gearing up to make a Cryptid Top 5 video, part 5. If you want to be in that, like, if you want a clip of yours to be reviewed, like, as, like, a viewer section, kind of like how Nuke does, if you have any creepy clips in your phone that you've recorded yourself, or anything like that, send them to me, let me know, and I will include them, if it's legitimately obvious and decent, you know. That'd be cool. So, yeah. A 1 for Text Panel, a 3 for Dragon Lover, 2 for David Chase. Yeah, that clip wasn't that great. That clip, it's not even worth it.
The Jinn. One of the OG Saudi door-kicking ghost hunters that I first featured on this channel, Adventurer Allah, is back with an all-new YouTube channel. In this live stream, Allah goes to investigate a large abandoned building that is said to be haunted by an evil presence, or Jinn. As he broadcasts his exploration live, things take a terrifying turn.
يا جماعة أي شيء أنا ما أشوفه على طول على الخاص. بسم الله. بسم الله.
Not this guy.
الله أكبر.
What's up, Nike Weston? How's it going, bro? This guy sucks. It's like every video is somehow the exact same.
Even though there's no power in the building, the ceiling fan begins to rotate on its own. Then a heavy table falls over right behind Allah. Freaked out, he runs away, retreating to a different section of the large building. But little does Allah know, things are about to get even creepier.
حسبي الله. الله لا إله إلا هو الحي القيوم. لا تأخذه سنة ولا نوم. له ما في السماوات وما في الأرض. من ذا الذي يشفع عنده إلا بإذنه. يعلم ما بين أيديهم وما خلفهم ولا يحيطون بشيء من علمه إلا بما شاء وسع كرسيه السماوات والأرض.
I get that, Chris, but like, why, if you're trying to ward off the spirit, why are you going ghost hunting? You know what I mean? Like, if you're trying to go ghost hunting and catch something, why are you trying to ward it off? Like, I don't know. If you're going ghost hunting, don't be a scared bitch. Like, you have, if it's not meant for you, then don't go. Don't make videos on it, because we don't want to hear you be scared the whole time. We want to see badass footage. We want to see you set up. I mean, I'm not saying you can't be scared, but doing all this, I mean, it's just a little extra, I think.
وهو العلي العظيم.
I want to see it flirt out. What is that?
من كان في هذا المكان سحر فابطله.
What's up, Elaine? Thank you. Glad you enjoyed those.
في أحد؟ في أحد في المكان؟ بسم الله. حسبي الله ونعم الوكيل فيكم. الله لا إله إلا هو الحي القيوم لا تأخذه سنة ولا نوم له ما في السماوات وما في الأرض من ذا الذي يشفع عنده إلا بإذنه يعلم ما بين أيديهم وما خلفهم ولا يحيطون بشيء من علمه إلا بما شاء وسع كرسيه السماوات والأرض.
A terrifying dark mist-like figure can be seen in a doorway, and a pair of crutches aggressively flies across the room right in front of the terrified explorer. He investigates the area, but nothing there. The mysterious dark mist has simply disappeared. But it's not over yet.
بسم الله. اللهم إن كان هذا سحر فابطله. اللهم إن كان هذا سحر فابطله. اللهم إن كان في سحر مدفون فابطله. اللهم إن كان في سحر معقود فابطله. في صوت أعوذ بكلمات الله التامات من شر ما خلق. أعوذ بكلمات الله التامات من شر ما خلق. بسم الله الذي لا يضر مع اسمه شيء في الأرض ولا في السماء. وهو السميع العليم. اللهم كان هذا سحر فابطل.
It's just the same thing every video. It's just the same, like, things knocked over.
A plate falls off a table on its own, then another ceiling fan begins to rotate, and a large heavy closet moves as if pushed by some powerful unseen force. Something is thrown at Allah, injuring his foot, and after that, he's had about enough. Allah decides to just get out of there and ends his live stream. So did adventurer Allah capture a real haunting by a terrifying jinn? Or is it all just a very elaborate hoax? You decide. Return to the Red House. Paranormal investigator Kevin Barranco from the YouTube channel Archivo Extinto returns to explore the historic La Casa Colorada, or the Red House, in Guadalajara, Mexico. The house was built in 1923, and it is said that the remote and secluded location became a place where cults performed dark rituals. Those brave enough to explore the old house claim to have seen witches, demons, and even the skeletal female figure of Santa Muerte.
From what I understand, Diligent and like ghosts are fully sentient and can will and cause physical harm to people, so prayer is a way to protect. I understand that, but I understand that fully, but like again, if you know that going into it, that's your problem. I mean, if you're scared of that, it's gonna hurt you. I don't know. I think if you're making content, it's just too much. It's just not for good content. I mean, if you're literally getting knives thrown at you, sure. But he's not. He was never in danger there. Like, nothing was ever happening. Yeah, his foot got injured at the end. Okay. But there was nothing, like, life-threatening. Like, get footage. Surround yourself in the moment. Be your environment. Don't, I know there's all these beliefs in that and that. If you take around sage, it'll ward the demon. We don't know that for sure. That's just a belief. We don't actually know that. If it was me, I wouldn't do any of that bullshit. Obviously, I don't believe in Allah or whatever the fuck it is, but that's just me. I just don't think it's necessary when you're recording. Like, if you're that scared that you need to say those prayers, I don't think you should be going to these places. Spencer B with a $4.99 donation. Thank you, Spencer B. Appreciate you very much. All right, Texas Panhandle, take care. Hope you have a good weekend, brother.
A Mexican saint who is said to wear a long cloak and be the personification of death itself. Now, 2 months ago, I featured...
Was that the end of the... Okay, I think that was the end. Hey, I'd give that one like a 2. A 2 out of 10. It's not that the praying isn't bad. I'm not saying that. It's just for a video, it's too much. It's when I say the same shit, I'm not talking about the prayer. I'm talking about the same shit in the video happens. Every video that these people do, it's the shit aggressively falling over. But if that's so haunted, why does nobody else go to these places? Why does nobody else do videos on this? And if that was the case, if it was that haunted, you'd have tons of people. This would be a huge tourist attraction. People going here to see all this stuff happen. And yet no one does, because it's probably mostly fake. I think most of the time they have contraptions, and I don't know how they fake shit. And I'm not saying everything is fake. I'm just saying that, for the most part, those videos are fake. Like, most of them. It's just like, if you're going to be a ghost hunter, if you're going to do a YouTube channel committed to this, unless it's your, like, thing to be overly scared, maybe there's a market for that. I know those Chow Long guys, that Chinese guys that scream, maybe. It's not for me. I can't sit there and watch that shit, because it's just not entertaining. If I'm watching a ghost channel, I'm there to see serious ghost investigation with the results, tests, and experiments. I don't want to see someone just screaming the whole time because they can't handle their shit. It's not professional. It's not. It doesn't matter what your religion is. You have to be a pro. If you can't handle it, then the field is not for you. And that guy is not for him. He's not on my level. I would go there and grab the ghost by the throat, because I have the ability to do that, and I'd crush the fucking life out of the life force out of the spirit. That's what I'd do. The ghost would be praying about me. Facts.
Kevin's first visit to the Red House
By the way,
years
I was
ago.
cut off when I last said,
While exploring
welcome
the house with his
Gemos.
friends, the group
Gemos
captured
Danny?
something that they simply couldn't explain.
Que por todas las paredes hay frases, no sé, quizás unas por vandalismo, otras por sectas. La verdad es que no desconocemos el significado y la verdad es que no queremos saber sobre ello. Aquí hace mucho frío, ¿eh? Sí, hace bastante. Aquí hace mucho frío, ¿eh? Sí, hace bastante.
Aquí hace mucho frío, ¿eh?
Sí, hace bastante.
Cut to 2 years later. After many requests from his fans, paranormal investigator Kevin returns to the quote, Red House, in hopes of capturing even more paranormal evidence. But this time, he decides to go back all alone. As you might guess, it did not go well. Kevin sets up several static cameras around the house, then he lights 3 candles and starts to ask questions to who or whatever might be haunting the abandoned home. Kevin is using an English spirit box app and translates the responses to Spanish. Before long, very strange things start to happen.
Voy a utilizar Scarlett, ¿podrías hacerme daño? Throw. No sé qué es throw. Lo voy a buscar. Lanzar. ¡Ay, cabrón!
As Kevin repeats the word throw in Spanish, a heavy piece of rubble is seemingly thrown off the edge of a large hole in the wall. Kevin grabs his camera and walks through the building in search of...
That was extremely suspicious how that big rock was just balancing up there. Like it hadn't been put there. That was... okay, we'll see.
anything paranormal.
What? Oh.
The ghost hunter's light begins to fail. Then he hears a noise and turns. Without knowing it at the time, he captures something strange in the darkness, quickly darting out of sight. Soon after, Kevin's camera begins to malfunction and things take an even more terrifying turn.
Mi cámara está trabada.
Good night, Ashley.
Y vean, vean. Vean esto. Mi cámara está trabada. Está trabada. Se trabó. Está completamente trabada, vean. Lo voy a apagar. No. Ven.
That's weird.
Ahí se apagó, pero sigue trabada. ¿Me quieres hacer daño? Voy a cambiarla. Voy a sacarle la pila. Ya.
I saw something go behind the wall. I don't know, but this guy just doesn't seem... I don't know.
Kevin's camera completely locks up, and as he changes the battery, a wailing moan can be heard, followed by the mysterious voice of a woman.
Yeah.
He goes to investigate and captures what appears to be the same mysterious cloaked figure that the Archivo
100%.
Extinto team captured just 2 years earlier. Kevin searches the building and the grounds, but he doesn't find anyone or anything. When his equipment continues to malfunction repeatedly, he decides he's had enough. He packs up and just gets out of there. So could it be that Kevin captured the apparition of Santa Muerte, the cloaked Lady of Death? Let me know what you think. You can watch this full 3-part investigation over on the YouTube channel Archivo Extinto. Thanks for watching. Please follow me on the Instagram here.
That was Nuke's Top 5, not one of his best ones. That was not a good Nuke's video. Not that it's Nuke's fault, it's just those weren't believable or scary. But I saved the best for last. We're not even going to waste any time getting into it. If you guys like Bigfoots and Cryptids, you'll fucking like this shit, alright? Portlock, Alaska. One of the creepiest, probably creepiest and most violent history hot zones in the United States. And if you're wondering how's that, you'll find out in a second. For those who watch Mr. Ballin, you may have seen this already, so don't spoil it.
Scattered across...
Okay. If you have not seen this or do not know anything about Portlock, let me know in the chat. I'm interested to see who doesn't know about this. Or who does know about it. Alright, see you, Ashley.
Across the North American continent are many ghost towns, places that used to be vibrant and alive that are now dead and abandoned. In these places, you can find old churches and buildings and schools that are usually in a pretty significant state of decay. The reasons a town might die varies. Sometimes it's because a new railroad or highway is put in that bypasses the town, or the town has just exhausted all of their natural resources, which were the original draw to the town. Mining towns are a good example of that. Other reasons are wars, natural disasters, political wrangling. There's a whole bunch of reasons why towns just suddenly stop existing. But there's one ghost town in North America that has a really unique and very dark reason for why it ultimately was abandoned, and that town is Portlock, Alaska. Portlock, which is also called Port Chatham, is located on the farthest southwestern tip of the Kenai Peninsula. It's easily one of the most beautiful areas in all of Alaska, but it also happens to be very remote. And Portlock specifically, even by Kenai standards, is considered extremely remote. You can only get there by boat or by bush plane. The town was technically founded in 1787 when Captain Nathaniel Portlock of the Royal Navy landed there, but it wasn't really turned into a real settlement until the early 1900s when commercial fishermen built
Ashley.
There. By 1921, the town's fishing economy was doing so well that the US government believed they would be the next major commercial fishing hub, and so they actually established a post office there. Everything seemed to be going great for Portlock until the 1930s when rumors began seeping out along the Kenai Peninsula that there was something wrong with Portlock. Men from this cannery town were going missing at an alarming rate, and the few that were found again were always found dead and mutilated in a nearby lagoon. Initially, the townspeople believed these were bear attacks, but the natives of the Kenai Peninsula that found out about what was happening in Portlock, they stopped by and they said, those are not bear attacks. Those are almost certainly attacks by a creature we call the Nantina, which means half man, half beast. And they are tall, two-legged, hairy creatures that live in the forest right near you. Now, of course, this just sounds like folklore. But when you consider the fact that from 1930 to 1950, dozens of Portlock residents disappeared in that forest or were violently killed and then dumped in the lagoon right outside of the forest, it makes you wonder what's in the forest. But since none of the people who went missing were ever found alive again, there was never any good description of what it was that was causing them to disappear in the first place. Well, with the exception of one case. In 1943, John Meyer, who was a resident of Portlock, was at his campsite and he was crouched down when he felt something leap onto his back and start pummeling his head and hitting him on the side, and he kind of went into the fetal position, and then at some point his dog started barking and caused whatever was on his back to get scared and run off, and so John, who's been badly beaten, rolls over and he looks towards the tree line and he sees this enormous, tall, hairy man running into the woods. And so John gets up and he stumbles his way into town to try to get help, and he's able to tell someone what happened to him before he ultimately succumbs to his injuries and dies. After the John Meyer incident, another group of Portlock men were up in the forest doing some hunting when they discovered these enormous 18-inch long tracks, and they followed them to a clearing where it looked like there was this epic death struggle, that clearly two huge animals had gotten into a struggle here. There's blood everywhere, there's pieces of what looked like a bear or maybe a moose, and then these tracks continued out of this clearing and went right up the mountain, and the men did not dare follow those tracks to to see whatever it was that emerged victorious in this clearing. Even the Alaskan newspapers began speculating that something was off about Portlock. This was more than just some crime being committed, that there's something happening there that we can't understand. And so
you have to understand the people that are going missing and dying, factual. This isn't a made-up fairy tale. This is actually happening. So keep that in mind. Whether you think it's a Bigfoot or not, people are actually dying here.
In 1949, when people were still going missing mysteriously in the forest, and then other people were turning up dead and mutilated in the lagoon, the townspeople said, enough. This is an unsafe place to live. We don't know what's causing this, but we have to leave. And then practically overnight, the town evacuated, leaving behind most of their possessions. The only person that stayed a little bit longer was the postmaster, because he had to wait for the post office to be shut down. And he said it was horrifying that he would see things walking in the trees, and he would hear these horrible sounds, and so he was eager to get out of there. And so in early 1950, he was allowed to go, and then that was it. The population of Portlock went down to zero.
Imagine being the last person there that has to stay behind, and it is that terrifying. And you'll see why here. He'll explain it right now.
After they left, none of the people from Portlock or any of their family members ever went.
Hey, you hear noises and you see things running the tree line that are huge. That would be fucking terrifying. Especially knowing that these things are out there taking people from this town, killing them, and just dismembering them.
Back to Portlock. So the only people that have really ever gone back to Portlock are people that unfortunately wound up there, like in the 1970s when some fishermen got caught in a storm, and so they sought refuge in Portlock. But after setting up their camp, they saw something huge walk past them in the tree line, and it apparently was so terrifying that they literally packed up their camp, went back in their boat, and then went back out into the storm to avoid whatever it was they saw. Besides the fishermen, the only people that have gone to Portlock are people that want to come face to face with whatever it is that drove the people out of that town. But to put in perspective how few people do that, there's almost no modern photographs or videos of Portlock. But there is one very eerie modern photograph of this building that's right in the heart of Portlock. It's one of the very few buildings that didn't collapse, and it's located right next to the forest where many of the men who went missing were last seen. And it's also not far from the lagoon where many of the dead men and dead people that were taken were found. And even if you don't believe there's some Nantina running around the forests of Portlock, you have to understand that something was killing and taking these people in the forest that you are looking at right now. And to date, we still have no idea what it was. Which means this is one of the creepiest pictures you will find on the internet. So that's gonna do it, guys. If you found the secret and...
Now, I really love this place. This has struck something with me that, like, I want to investigate this place. I want to go to, not only I want to go to this fucking building. I want to go here. I want to explore. I want, the problem is obviously it's in a remote Alaska. You can only get there by boat or plane, so you have to have connections to get there. Now, luckily, I may just have that. I have reached out. I won't say I'll wait until that person's... Maybe I can get them in the stream. We can talk about it. They have connections to people who live out there. Who live not in Portlock, but close to it in Alaska that are pretty fucking wealthy and have access to boats and planes or whatever. And technically, if we really wanted to, we could get to Portlock. We could film and explore. Now, the problem with this is Alaska is extremely fucking dangerous because not only do you have to worry about these killer Bigfoots that are apparently extremely aggressive, you have to worry about grizzly bears. Just nature itself. It's cold as fuck. Hypothermia. You have to be a good survivalist to just stay alive for, if we went there, it'd only be for like a couple nights at max. Because any longer than that, you're starting to get into the territory where, like, if you're sleeping in a fucking tent that it could not protect you from a Bigfoot, do you know how impossible it would be to sleep? You wouldn't. You would not be able to sleep. And so it'd be one of the more terrifying things to go explore and stay overnight. Now, yeah, it'd be cool to go there in the morning and explore during the day, come back before nighttime. I think it'd be best to stay overnight. That'd be super dangerous and risky. And obviously I wouldn't be sleeping at all because you just physically couldn't. These things are lurking out there. I'd like to make, shoot a flare up or something to let the Bigfoots know that you're there. And maybe you'll see them running in tree line. I think it's one of the best areas you could go to record evidence and get proof finally of Bigfoot. Now, at what cost? Hopefully, it wouldn't result in death. But that would be my dream location. If I could go anywhere in the world to film, it would be here. It might be my last location I film. I might just catch Bigfoot on camera. You guys don't ever hear from me again. It comes out that my footage gets released, my found lost footage, and there it is. My last moments on camera are catching Bigfoot, and I go out like a fucking legend. That would be badass. Portlock, Alaska, where this image we're looking at here, probably one of the most well-known aggressive locations for Bigfoots ever recorded. I mean, they killed over 50 plus people of the town that used to be there. Because basically this town set up shop in this great fishing hub. And it was where the Bigfoot would go to. There'd be their hunting ground, they'd get their fish and their food there. Well, this town built up on their spot, so they kind of took their fucking spot. So they don't like that. That's their territory. They use this area regularly. Now, people are saying this happened way back in the early 1900s. There's no way Bigfoots are still there. Bullshit. I bet they're not only there, but there's more of them now than there were then, because they have multiplied. They aren't dumb creatures. They don't just go extinct. They are strong with nature. They are unstoppable forces. I guarantee you they have reproduced several generations and are not only more populated now, but they're probably even more aggressive. If people were to come up here and camp out, I guarantee you they're going to get curious, and they might not attack you, but they're going to be aggressive and try to get you the fuck out of there, because they don't really know who you are. They are like, I've never seen a human before. These ones at least. I'm sure the ones that were around during Portlock are probably long dead. I guess we don't know the lifespan of a Bigfoot, but that would be an awesome spot to go film. It'd be the scariest thing I'd ever do in my life, because it'd be on edge the entire time, knowing that there's probably something watching you and that could easily kill you at any given second. I must send you that combat knife quick then. Yeah, I would probably need it. Obviously, we would not go to a location like this without guns. We would have people with us that would be, like, if I were to go here, Eli Buckmaster would be one, Ryan Tremblay would be two. Ryan Tremblay has the connection, I guess. I don't think that's bad of me saying. He knows people who live up there. Eli Buckmaster, who's in the armed forces, he knows his shit with weapons. He would be my hired gun. He would 100% go. I just know I wouldn't go without Eli Buckmaster. I'm just not. And probably even another guy. We'd all probably be equipped with guns of some kind. And we would just have cameras everywhere. I mean, I would have cameras filming that tree line like nonstop. And I promise you, we might even go hiking up in the woods, just a little, a mile or so up, and then come back down, 100%. But we're not going unarmed. We're not going to let these things sneak up on us. And if it did happen to that, then I would like to bring a big group. That'd be ideal. I would like to have at least 4 people. At least. I would not want to go with less than 4 people. I'd want to have strength in numbers. But not so big of a group that we're literally scaring them. Like, I don't want them to be like, I want them to kind of show themselves and be cocky. Like, there's only 4 or 5. I can fucking handle that. Yeah, that's the thing, is like, if you're going to shoot at a Bigfoot, you better have a serious fucking gun that basically is a kill shot. Because I think ammo, like guns will kill a Bigfoot, no doubt about it. I don't doubt that. But if they're attacking you, like say they're charging you and you shoot it, I doubt that it drops it. It's going to be like a grizzly bear situation where, like, if you shoot a bear point blank in the face with a shotgun, it might eventually kill it. It might die of blood loss, infection, or just blunt force trauma. But adrenaline will keep the animal alive long enough to kill you, to mutilate you. And the same goes for a Bigfoot. They're huge, huge animals. And a bullet for, like, say you're shooting a handgun bullet, a 9mm pistol, that might be fatal if you shoot it enough times, because they are just flesh. I mean, it will pierce their flesh. They might have thicker hide. We don't know what they got going on. So you could potentially kill one with that if you got some good headshots in, but I don't think it's going to be... You're not going to be able to kill it quick enough. Unless you get, like, the instant brain shot where it somehow penetrates his skull and blows its brains out. Then, yeah. But other than that, I mean, it would be fascinating to go here. And if, I talk about my BigDill, my season, the show I want to make, which Villisca Addicts Murder House is episode 1. This would be included in that. If I had the money and the time, to take a week off, or 2 weeks off, really, to go here, at least get up to Alaska, spend only like 2 or 3 nights here, max, but to get up to Alaska, you need some fucking vacation, man. You need some time off. Alaska's not something you can go up there, take a week off, go up there 2 days, do this, come back. I mean, that's just a whole thing. But But yeah, this would be awesome. I would love to go here. It'd be super fucking dangerous. Screw Arizona. We were thinking Arizona's a place to go. This is the place I want to go to. This is absolutely... And the best part is there's no... This is like the only photo we have of this place of current day. No one goes there because it's so hard to get to. You have to go there by plane or boat. And even that takes a long time to get there. Obviously, if you fly down like on the water, I'm sure that's the quickest way. But that's not easy to get, like, a fucking, you know, that's expensive to rent out a plane with a pilot and everything. That'd be crazy expensive. So boat would be probably our option. And yeah, it'd be cool because not a lot of people can say they've done this. Actually, I don't know that anyone can say they've done this. Let me look up some videos here, see if anyone's actually been to Portlock. I'm sure there's someone that's been there. I'm not seeing anything, actually. So this is basically the only footage they have of it right here, and it's of a drone. I would love to, like, camp out in this building. It'd probably be our best bet to camp out in that building. You'd fortify, you know, the entrances so that, you know, it'd be safer than a tent, because a tent will offer no protection. But then again, I wouldn't like being that close. I would like to have a tent down on the beach. You know, I don't know why this is just fucking loading. Because I wouldn't want to be that close to the tree line, because I want to see whatever's out there coming to me. I don't want it to just be in the trees and lurch out and be there, so maybe the building would be a bad idea. But definitely to film in the building would be cool, to do some experiments, some Bigfoot calls, try to get their attention. I am very confident that if I went there, I would catch a Bigfoot. I'm, like, on a scale of 1 to 10, I'm like at 8.5 confident. It's not that anyone's hunting Bigfoot, it's that we're bringing guns for our protection. I'm not going out there to kill a Bigfoot. Absolutely not. We're going out to catch evidence of a Bigfoot. It'd be incredible. It'd be an amazing scientific breakthrough to actually catch proof of Bigfoots. I'm not saying that they haven't actually been known by, you know, some upper tier government level, that they know exactly what they are and where they can't relate. But for the public, it'd be a massive, massive W. To actually be the one that captures legitimate, crystal clear proof that you cannot debunk. And if you did kill one, yeah, that would be the proof you needed. Like, that would be full proof. Like, you'd have DNA, samples, everything. If that actually was allowed to go public, I don't know if someone would intercept that body and take it and be like, you never saw this thing. I don't know. But if it did go public and you had proof and, you know, the scientific world got their hands on it, that'd be a big fucking deal. You'd be doing interviews, and it's not about being famous. It's not about that, which you would be. You'd be very famous, but that would be incredible. Might be lagging. My internet might be lagging. Yeah, exactly. You'd go down in history as someone who found Bigfoot. That's exactly it. It'd be like finding a new undiscovered piece of land. You know, Christopher Columbus. So, yeah, my intention I would never want to just go out and kill a Bigfoot, take them out of their environment, because that's not right. The only way I would ever kill a Bigfoot is if it was attacking me, like attacking someone I'm with or with my group. Then, yeah, fuck you, game on. You're being the aggressor, we're going to kill your ass. And then at that point, retrieve the body, which I don't think would be an easy task. I think if you actually manage to kill a Bigfoot, their family, their pod that they're with, their pack, they would be close by, and they would come, and I would guess that they'd either go super ultra aggressive on your ass and you'd be lucky to survive, or they'd try to recover their own body and try to pull it back in the woods. I would try to fucking tie some kind of rope to that Bigfoot's leg, get from a distance, start pulling that body. Somehow you have to get that body out of there, because you're not going to take it on a small boat. That's a big-ass body. How do you get the fucking body out of there? You know? You'd have to take several videos with it, like laying next to it, showing it, you know, get some DNA sample, pull some hair off there, pull some blood, put it in, you know, somehow. But to actually extract a body from, like, say, this part of the world would be impossible. Unless you had like a helicopter that could fucking come down and pick up the body and fly away. Then, yeah, sure. But otherwise, I don't see it. Because you ain't lifting a Bigfoot. You ain't lifting a fucking Bigfoot. Yeah, I think I'm lagging. I don't know why my... Let me check. Make sure my cat's not in my router. Yeah, it says my internet is being dumb on my stream, so we might have to call it there. Shoot the Bigfoot with a tracking chip, and that would be awesome. That would be awesome. I can't. I'm not gonna put any more videos. We're actually ending the stream. I'm getting lag now, so it's not good. Yeah, it would be scary to see a Bigfoot. It would be like one of those things where your heart would sink, the hair on your arms and back would stand up, but you'd also be excited. The adrenaline would be pumping through your body like crazy. That's true, North Texas Squid. You probably would have to decapitate it. That's true, which would suck because I would like to keep it together, but that would be what you'd have to do to transport it with you and to bring home evidence and proof, because that would still be proof. You could test that as real DNA. Like, they could test that and be like, that's legit. Stream is good in your internet. That's weird. It's saying my internet is being stinky. But it's about that time anyways. But yeah, that would be my dream to go there. That's where I want to go. That's when I first saw this story, I'm like, I have to go there someday. It'd be the scariest thing I would ever do in my life, but I have to go there. I have to. You know, I might have to wait until I'm bigger on YouTube, where I get, you know, paychecks, like monthly, consistent paychecks that are like $1,000 plus, and I can save up aggressively for this trip. Hire a team to go out there, like to take us out there, and do it that way. That would be dope. I have another buddy I could bring that's also military. That has rifles, so I have friends that could go that know guns. Like, there's no shortage of me bringing armed teeth, with me on this. But Chris Mock, I hope you have a good weekend yourself. I hope you enjoy your weekend. It was nice seeing you again. I think you were here last stream though. What's your important question, Lila? So it's like, yeah, but it's like cutting his head off is necessary. Like, he's already dead. It doesn't matter. But that's how you'd have to bring home, like, obviously you'd have video evidence measuring it. It'd be very important is to measure the exact height, measure or look inside its mouth, prove that this thing's not fake, because usually you can get pretty good fake dead bodies. Peter Kane shows why you can make a dead fake body. This, with the video evidence, you'd be like, this is fucking real. Move his lips around, open his eyes. Like, this is fucking 100% real. It's just what you'd have to do. Where does Paco sleep at night? Paco sleeps in the kitchen. He's out right now. He's out the bars right now. He's not here. Imagine if you accidentally killed the last Bigfoot. That would suck. I'm very confident in saying that there are thousands and thousands and thousands upon maybe tens of thousands of Bigfoots across the entire world. I don't think they're in shortage. They're extremely smart creatures. Them going extinct would be next to impossible. They're just too intelligent to go extinct. They're too, they adapt too well. You would have to literally go in either some other creature that would hunt specifically Bigfoots, like a dogman or something, would have to drive them extinct, or the government would have to be involved in, like, they know something we don't, and they know how to track these motherfuckers, they know how to find them, and they're just coming down in helicopters and shooting the fuck out of them. Maybe then, but... how is Tess? I'll show you Tess before I go. Let me get Tess. Here's the Snookums. Say hi. Say hi. Say hi. She's like, what is this? What? What? No, you can't go up on the keyboard. She said, enough of that. She said, enough of that, Dad. Yeah, this government shutting down my internet. That would be fucked. I'm more scared of the government than I am Bigfoots. Like, if I ever commit suicide, it was murder. Straight up murder. I did not commit suicide because I ain't built like that. I ain't killing myself. So if I ever, big YouTuber BigDill mysteriously found dead, suicide suspected, you know damn well that's a fucking lie. Lie. I was murdered. Alright, Elaine, thanks for tuning in. Thank you for everyone who tuned in tonight. It was fun. Like I said, I'm working on a few things right now. I've been busy. I'm behind the scenes working on a big thing that you'll see in your television screens, possibly very soon, with Ozzy Osbourne's son. Hint, hint, hint. You can figure out the show from that. But I'm working with something with Discovery Channel. Your boy is doing some big things. So I'm working on that. I got a Cryptid Top 5 video that I'm still trying to get 2 clips for. I refuse to put out a chills content where I'm just putting out shitty things. I refuse to do it. Has to be top 5 videos that I find creepy. And I know you guys will find creepy too. And then this video that I'm talking about for Halloween, the Halloween stream, that one's going to take a long time to edit and film. I've actually had to storyboard it because it's so intense. And it's not going to be this amazing video, but it's going to be entertaining at the very least. I think it's showing me actually fighting cryptids and seeing cryptids in action, so it's going to be cool. It's a lot of CGI. That's not good CGI, but it's CGI nonetheless. Make a Chills parody video. I've thought about doing something with that. Because my diss track never did get released. It never got finished. Because remember, I was going to go to Philadelphia and shoot that music video. It never got finished. There could be something. Halloween stream's going to be big this year, boys and girls. It's going to be twice as big as last year. Last year, I had that whole... Chris Maki actually was heavily involved last year with his Cryptid War Storytime reveal. That's gotten pushed back farther for those who are aware. Like, where is the Cryptid War Storytime comic that you were going to make? That's been pushed back for now because there's so many other things that have come up that I'm working on. And it's money is an issue with that, so that's been pushed back to the back seat for now. But someday by the way, I can't say what I'm working on. I can't say. But what I'm working on has to do with that. It's kind of a prelude, in a way, to something. So... I agree, Nike Weston. I fully agree. And if you haven't watched my Cryptid Top 5 videos that I have on my channel, I have 4 of them. Go watch them. I think you'll enjoy them. Right now, there's 4 videos. So there's 20 clips that I think you'd really like, and they're all cryptid based. I don't do paranormal videos. I do cryptid because, like I said, I agree with you. They're hard to find, and they're creepier. So yeah, go check out. Go start with There's 4 videos. They're not very long. They're 15 minutes. Go start with episode 1, then go in order and finish with 4. You can see how the videos get better every time. So go check that out on my channel. Cryptid top 5 cryptid videos, part 1, part 2, part 3, part 4, and then part 5 is coming out soon. And I don't intend on ever stopping doing these. It's hard to do these with quality cryptid videos because there's not that many out there that are that really get you going. Wow. And I don't want to be a Slapped Ham, Chills, or Sir Spooks, where I'm just putting out anything just because content. I don't care about that. I want quality. So that's why they're not being pumped out like crazy. Yeah, leave a comment down on each video and let me know what your favorite one was. I'd be interested to see. I always like seeing what people's favorite clip of each one is. I cannot say, Eric Kennedy. I cannot say. But all I can say is I'm working with Ozzy Osbourne's son. And that's your only hint. That's your only hint. His son is a very into paranormal and cryptids. Very. All right, guys, with that out the way, though, we are going to end the stream. Thank you for everyone who tuned in. I appreciate you as always. A big shout-out to Spencer B for the $5 donation tonight. That was awesome. Really appreciate that. And everyone else who tuned in, that's awesome as well. Just happy to have you guys watching. It's fun to hang out with you guys and react to stuff. Tonight's videos weren't as good. You know, the Nukes videos weren't as scary. But next Thursday, we're going to bring it with some sauce. We're going to bring it with some better intensity. You know, better videos. But I want you guys to enjoy your weekend. Tomorrow's Friday. All right, enjoy your Friday. Have a good Friday. I hope that you guys have a good weekend. Okay, enjoy it. Go into Friday when you get off work or school or whatever it is you're doing. When your weekend starts, sit there and go in third person. Be like, my weekend has just started. Because when you come to Sunday night and you have to go back to work or school or whatever, you're like, man, I remember Friday night. I wish it was Friday night again. I don't want to go back to work tomorrow. And savor that moment, Friday night or Friday afternoon or Friday morning, and you're like, my weekend's starting now, and just enjoy it. That's what you got to do this weekend. Go binge my videos like Eric Kennedy did. Go binge them. They're good. I think you'll like them. You'll enjoy them. If you haven't actually seen my real videos, I make real videos too. Not as many as my live streams, but go check out my videos. Okay, I've been rambling for way fucking too long. I'm leaving. Peace out. Love you guys. I will see you next Thursday. Stay safe. Don't go to Portlock without me. Otherwise, you will be eaten by Bigfoots.